I bet you could use a few more minutes in your day every day. Today is a busy lifestyle that we have, and we spend most of it on our phones. Did you know that some phones are actually faster than others, as well as some other applications are faster than others? There are many different ways to test the speed of your phone or your application, and that will allow you to possibly save up to a couple hours every year if you have the fastest that's there. There are many different ways to test those things, and I'll be happy to go over them with you today. We will also be talking about the Android operating system and the basics of that. I will go over the exact way you can go ahead and do those tests for yourself. And this will allow you, we will also go over the ways that you can decrease those tests to make the tests even run faster. Android is based on a Linux operating system. VASA tells us there are 4 different layers to the Android operating system. The first layer is a Linux kernel. This provides the security, memory management, processes, network stack, and drivers for the different Android devices on the market. The second layer actually contains 2 different things. It contains a C++ library, which holds the code for video encoding, display, web browsing engine, graphics, font, and database. The other part of this layer is the the Android runtime environment. This allows us to provide functionality for the Java applications. The third layer is the application framework. This holds code in it for the view, resource, notification, and activity managers. And the fourth layer is the layer you're most used to, the application layer. This is the layer you most normally see on your phone with all your applications in it. Now that we've kind of gone over the basics of the Android operating system, let's talk about some ways that you can measure the speed of your operating system, and the speed of your device, and the speed of the applications. There are many over-the-shelf performance analysis tools that will help us with this. There's 2 main groups. The first is what we call benchmark programs. Benchmark, defined by the dictionary.com, is a program that provides a point of reference that we can compare with other programs and applications. Unfortunately, with Androids, these programs will only allow us to measure the device speed as opposed to the application speed. So we can only use these for that. There are 2 really popular ones. One is called SmartBench. The other one is called Quadrant Standard Edition. You can find both of these at play.google.com or on the Play Store on your Android device. The other version that we can do to measure things is the SDK, where that stands for the Software Development Kit Tools. We use this to test application speed. There are 2 parts to this that we can use to do this. The first is called the Dalvik Device Monitoring Server. You can reference the material for this at developer.android.com. What the DDMS does is it allows us to do many things to the phone itself, such as port forwarding, screen captures, logcat processor radio states. The thing that we're going to use it though for is method profiling. What method profiling is a method is a function or something that performs inside of an application. This allows us to measure how fast that method is performing, and through adding all the methods up in the application, we can see how fast it will respond. The second part is called Google TraceView. TraceView, you can also reference the material at developer.android.com. What TraceView does is it takes the information from the DDMS and puts it into a nice graphical user interface that we can view and we can see what is going on. It will give us the inclusive, exclusive, and total post times for the methods in question. Now that we've kind of talked about how to view the speeds of your device or the speed of your application, let's go ahead and talk about how we can speed up some of these tests to make it even faster. Unfortunately, because benchmark programs are closed programs designed by developers and they're not open source, we cannot alter the code inside of them. However, the Android SDK is part of an open source project, so we can alter whatever we would like. To make the SDK program run faster, what we need to do is we need to go into the DDMS program and tell it to drop all of its information just into a log as opposed to a TraceView. This is great because the TraceView program is coded in Java and is open in an Oracle plugin. Unfortunately, Java and Oracle are very slow compiling and slow running languages. So with just dropping it into a log, we can see the information much quicker without having to wait for the trace view. And it should also be noted that there is no kernel testing in either of these tests. This will only test the application layer. In conclusion, we've gone over that there are two different ways to test your Android device, including the application and the device. I've shown you how you can go through and test these devices. We've discussed the Android operating system. We've gone over the specific methods you can take to test these devices and applications. And we've gone over ways to increase the speed of those tests. So now you do know how to get the best out of your devices, and I hope you can get the excess speed that you need to save the time so you can spend it with your family or whatever you would like to do. Thank you very much.